What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video. This build video is Frosty Claws, which is a new build that I've been absolutely loving. It is a two-handed, one-bar Nightblade Gank build. Super easy to play, super fun, and it's massively powerful and hard-hitting. And it's an absolute blast to play. So this is my first build with two-handed and I'm absolutely loving it. So we'll quickly go into the stats. So we got 32k of maximum magicka, which is pretty good. That's for the cloaking and the healing, so you get massive heals. And we've got the maximum health of nearly 26k, which is pretty good for a gank build. And then we've got the stamina, which is 18k, is a bit on the low side, but this is basically a one-shot, two-shot build, so you ain't going to be using a lot of skills to kill people. Your stamina recovery is pushing at 1100, which is quite nice. If we pop a potion with the medicinal use, you're going to get about 1300 stam and 1100 magicka recovery, which is nice. Weapon and spell damage is this is all unbuffed as well, by the way. This will be 6500, which is plenty. On this particular build, the spell criticals around 32k, 32%, sorry, and the spell penetration. I'm not sure why it's saying 1.6. I think it's around 6k, which is a bit low, but trust me, you do not need the penetration on this build, thanks to the two-handed ultimate, which will make your penetration 100% anyway. Physical and spell resistance are low, of course, because it's a gank build. Critical resistance low, it doesn't matter. I stack everything into maximum magicka for the crazy fat heals. I don't bother with stamina anymore. I just think magicka is much better. I'm still running the bewitched sugar skulls for all the maximum stats. I find the recoveries are okay, you can deal with it. So you can change the food out to a stamina recovery if you need, but I still stick with the bewitched sugar skulls because it is my favourite. And the Mundus we are running is the Shadow, which increases your critical damage and healing by 17%. This is another crit build. Make sure you've got your Vampire stage 3. I'm running this as a Khajiit as well, which you want for crit builds. You can run Dark Elf or any other damage race, it will still hit hard. As you can see, my critical damage is at 94%. So with the base of 50% on top, we'll be pushing 144% critical damage. So you're going to hit like an absolute truck. So we'll jump into the sets. The sets we are running is Gormand Back Alley, Oaken Soul, and Witch Knight, and Balorg. So we'll just go straight from the top and we'll go through them all. So we are running a two-handed Gormand's Battle Axe. You want it in Nirnhoned, not sharpened, as you do not need the penetration. And you definitely want it to be a battle axe, because this will increase your critical damage. So make sure it's a battle axe. And then you've got the head, medium Balorg, Divine's Magicka. The chest is a Witch Knight. We're running 4 pieces of Witch Knight. On the body, all Divine's Magicka. And then you've got your medium Balorg shoulders. The only one piece light is the waist, and all the rest is medium Divine's Max Magicka. And that is the Gormand's. And then we've got Witch Knight, Witch Knight, Witch Knight. And then the jewellery is Gormand's, all infused with the weapon damage enchantment or spell damage enchantment. They're both the same. And of course the Oaken Soul Ring infused with the weapon damage enchantment. And that is the gear. So the build is centered around stacking Balor. The more ultimate you stack, then you will accumulate more damage. So always try and get it to 500. So the build is centered around the ultimate and Balor. So you want to sort of take your time with this, get up to 500. You don't have to. You can get up to just the ultimate, which is 162, and you're still going to hit pretty hard. But for maximum effectiveness, get to 500. And the tip I use to get to 500 quickly when I'm in Cyrodiil is obviously you want to be doing a lot of light and heavy attacks to pre-buff. Sometimes hit like NPC, if you see them like wolves or anyone bandits, you know, just build it up in between. And another little tip which is brilliant on the Nightblade, if I can just find the passive, is the catalyst. So after drinking a potion you gain 20 ultimate. So what I do, and what I recommend you do as well, is if you go into the potions, I've got me tri-stat ones as the ones I'm using when I'm in combat. So you get all your resources back. And what I use a duffer potion, a cheap potion, and basically I build ultimate with that. So if I show you on my wheel, that's my main potions at the top, and the bottom right is my basically ultimate building potions. So I'll just tap that and that will give me 20 ultimate every time the potion refreshes. So in between, when you're riding on horses or whatever, you're mounted, in between keeps, I'm just constantly stacking ultimate. So getting to 500 actually ain't too bad, you know, with the potion stacking. So just buy some cheap potions. You can probably buy a stack of 200 of basic potions for like 5k. It's not going to cost a lot. And you can save your precious tri-stat potions for when you're in actual combat. So we'll go through the skills now. The first skill is, of course, Merciless Resolve. I did try Impale. Impale does hit hard, but you just cannot top Merciless Resolve. Hitting people 30k plus with just this on its own. With the Balorg activated, it is absolutely insane. You just got to have it slotted. Next one is Shrewd Offering for a big fat heal. Also, if you have that slotted under the Siphoning, you'll get extra Magicka with it slotted. That's why I always run this over Vigour. So you're getting more Magicka. More Magicka is more heals, more damage. And I've put a Fighter's Guild ability here to push the damage on your hits. I did try slotting Impale and other things, but I found a Fighter's Guild ability is best. I did try Silver Bolts a bit. I wasn't too keen on that. You don't need Camouflaged Hunter, as you've got all the buffs from that. The only benefit would be is that you can see some invisible enemies, but I didn't find it super useful. And what I ended up landing on was Turn Evil, which gives you some protection, but I think you might have these buffs anyway. But the main reason is because you can fear them. So what you can do basically is you can throw your combination. If for some reason it misses or they dodge it or it doesn't kill them, just drop that. That'll fear your enemy and give you time to vanish. So I've found that is probably the best thing to slot. And of course, having a Fighter's Guild ability boosts your damage. So I think it's by 2% per skill. So I found that better to have that slotted rather than an additional assassination ability. So and the next skill is Concealed Weapon, which gives you your Major Berserk buff and your Minor Expedition. So you need that obviously for your Major Berserk. It's got to be slotted and makes you move a bit quicker. Of course, you've got your Shadowy Disguise. Your Cloak is a must-have. And the thing that puts the whole build together, which is absolutely amazing, I can't believe I've not used it recently or, you know, sooner. I mean, I probably have used it in the past, but I don't know if they added things onto this. But what makes this so good and sets this apart from Dawnbreaker and Incapacitating Strike is you're getting a monster hit of, you know, 18, 19k. And once you hit the enemy, it gives you 100% penetration on that target. So you're going to hit like a truck. So, and the combination, of course, is super simple. Do a few rolls to get your major berserk going. There's your major berserk. Hit your roll, merciless. And we'll have a look at the quick stats. See, 30k pen. I think that was 7.5k weapon damage. And I said you'll have 100% penetration on the enemy. So if the ultimate doesn't kill him outright, so you cloak, and then ultimate, if that doesn't kill him outright, just chuck a spec bow on them. They're going to have to absorb a lot of damage. And once you've dropped that ultimate, you'll have 100% penetration with your merciless spec bow. So the spec bow will go through all their armour. So even tanky players, it's going to give them a real shock. The only way they can resist this is if they anticipate what you're doing and they dodge it. But I have found it to be incredibly effective. And like I said, if you do muck up or someone dodges it or anticipates it, then just throw a turn evil, fear them, cloak away. So I found that to be the best skill to use in between. So the stats don't look that impressive, but trust me, it doesn't matter. This is a hidden gem crit build, and you know it delivers, as you'll see in the video clips. Do the quickly CP. It's the usual fighting finesse for the critical damage. Your master at arms for direct damage. Deadly aim for direct damage. Backstabber for more critical damage. And the red, I like celerity for a bit of movement. Bastion to break through pesky shields. And boundless vitality for a bit of health. Don't really need the rejuvenation. You can chuck something else on it. But yeah. So that's pretty much the build. All finished. Frosty claws. Absolutely amazing, simple, easy build. As I go through the gear, I can just check if anyone needs to know where it comes from. The Gorman back alley can be bought in guild traders. It can also be farmed in Galen if you've got the DLC. The Balorg is from March of Sacrifices dungeon. Most people probably have that now, so it's quite easy to get hold of. The Witch Knight, I think, is from the Reach. You can also use Nick's Howl set, as they will give you 3 lines, and what you're looking for is the 3 lines of weapon and spell damage, for running 4 pieces only. And of course the Oaken Soul Ring. You don't even have to gold it all, but it's nice and cheap to gold stuff now, so get it golded if you can. Get everything gold. That'll push that crit damage to the absolute maximum. And like I said, you'll be one-shotting low health people with the ultimate. And then you've got the Merciless Resolve spec bow as a backup if they're still going. And you can even use Concealed Weapon, which that is hard. I sometimes chuck that on as well if they're still going. No light attacks, no heavy attacks. You can throw them in if you wish, but I think you can just go steaming in with the ultimate and just blow the red off basically. Obviously make sure people are not expecting you. You know, you don't want people blocking, or you've got to try and get them when they're unaware. That's the whole point of a gank. Yeah, but it is really good. The dual wield is fun as well, but I'm really enjoying the two-handed. So I thought I'd try out some more builds to have a bit of variety with different weapons. But yeah, that's it really. So I hope you enjoyed the clips as well, demonstrating how powerful this is. If you like the build, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and comment in the comments if you need any questions or queries, or if you've tried it out and enjoying it. And I'll see you in the next build video. And another thing, happy Christmas Eve to everyone, as this will be my last video probably till Boxing Day or so. Hope everyone has a good one.